of America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.
Yes, people. What is cracking? It is Tuesday night, late night. How are you doing? And welcome to a late episode 28 of the Untitled series here on United Spurs of America. I'm not going to take too much time to bring on the esteemed guest because you know what? I just can't wait to see him and speak to him. We've got Paul. How are we doing, Paul?
I'm
good,
man.
I did that?
Good.
See how I did that? All the clicking of the buttons, and then I just brought you in right away. I just figured, you know what? Why would I have you? The green room was actually closed today, so you didn't have your green room that you're used to with all the amenities and the drinks and the sodas because you're big time now. But how are you doing, man? I guess it's the next day for you. Or wait, is it the same day?
No, same day. Although I did have a bit of a snooze after the game, but yeah, it was at 4 a.m. today.
Okay.
Oh, it was good. I'm happy.
Question for you. Did you wake up early and watch it and then take a napsy, or did you stay up through the whole day in power?
I got up early, watched the game, and then I had a bit of a snooze, a bit of a sleepy bye afterwards.
Oh, that's always nice.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. That's the way I would do it anyway, if I didn't have a young child with me. But hey,
like last year, doing that, you'd sort of wake up at those games 10 to 4, and you'd be really hard pushed watching and paying attention, and you know we're going 2-0 down or 3-0 down. Whereas I was thoroughly entertained this morning. No problem at all. Easy watch.
You know, in the first, under 3 minutes, I think 2.5 minutes, we conceded a nice little goal to Barcelona. But hey, my wife, when I told her this morning, I was like, hey, guess who we're playing today? She was like, who? And I told her Barcelona. She's like, what the hell? Why are y'all playing Barcelona? And, you know, I kind of thought that same thing, too. That little stadium they got going on out there, it's pretty nice, if I'm honest. But interesting starting 11. We can start there.
Yeah, that raised my eyebrows, man.
That's not what you want to see when you wake up. That's
when
not
play one of Europe's best teams, and you see those characters on the sheet, you think, oh, here we go.
I thought the C next to his name stood for something else, but then I had to remember that the C stood for captain, and that was actually very alarming for me.
He's the people's captain, Jacob.
I don't know who those people are, but I ain't one of them.
They're sitting in big leather chairs.
Big leather chairs at Cambridge. Shout out Cambridge. Let's get the fight started. Honestly, Eric Dyer had a howler of a game. There's a bunch of moments that I want to get into and we can laugh about.
Brutal, wasn't it? Brutal.
Real quick, my favorite part, Paul, I was doing the watch along on the Irish Hotspur with Jack and Dermot, and there was a moment where we had a free kick, and Pedro Porro, Lo Celso were all crowding over the ball, and Eric Dyer, I have it on my phone. Actually, I'm going to show it to you real quick. Because I feel like if I play it, it may be too big, and they'll be like, oh, let me see that, you know, flag that. But that's him saying, oh, no, I got it.
Yeah. Straight into the wall. Nice one, Eric.
It was just...
Out of all the players, you think, okay, I'd have a Porro or maybe a Perisic, but it's all right. No. Captain's privilege. I'm invoking captain's privilege. It's not fucking hell, Eric.
I couldn't hold it together on the watch along. I was literally just feeling like, I'm glad that the cameras caught that. I'm so happy that they cut to that camera in that moment when he was just, no, I got this. Like a firefighter running in with a can of gasoline to the fire saying, I got this, y'all. Let me put it out for you. It was actually hilarious. And I was like, watch this. I think I even said on the watch line, I said, watch this hit the first man. And you know what? The first person that bang on the money. He's consistent. I knew it was going to be atrocious. When he stepped up and did the, no, I got it. No. That's when I knew. And then notice the second one we got in the same exact position. He was nowhere to be found. I didn't know where he was on the pitch. He was hiding
in space somewhere.
He did a lot of pointing today. They didn't give any stats on SofaScore as far as like performance wise, but I counted at least 7 times when he was pointing and shouting
He's captain, isn't he? He's got to marshal
God,
the troops.
that's
He's
a
got
good,
to organise the
good.
team.
Yeah, that's a good point you got there, Paul. Let me say what's up to the chat real quick. Milton Nobrega is in the house. Big up, Milton. Howdy, all. Hope all's well. Can't wait for Brentford. Likewise, my friend. Likewise, Yosarian is in the house as well. Good day, Jacob and all. Let's get the season proper started. In Ainge we trust, and come on, you Spurs. There we
Yeah,
go. Big up.
you know, my favourite Eric Dyer moment was. Now I'm thinking about it.
What's
It was
that?
the fact that some fucking how Davinson Sanchez does about 50 fucking tackles, yet our other centre back, none. That I mean, that said it all to me about Eric Dyer today. Absolutely useless.
Davinson Sanchez. I did want
What
to
happened
talk
to him
about him.
today?
Davinson Sanchez. Who was that? I mean, honestly, he's been known to put in a shift once every like 7 appearances. So honestly, I feel like it's A, he's either fighting for his job, or B, he's trying to, twerk a little bit. Real Betis, I know you probably got some scouts here. We're in Spain. Why wouldn't there be some Spain scouts in the stands watching on TV, etc.? Maybe Real Betis scout was watching and they're like, we need to go get that. I mean, think about it. If you don't watch Spurs all the time and then you're like scouting, maybe, who's for sale? Oh, Davinson Sanchez. Let's see how he does. And you
Yeah,
watch him.
good.
You watch that and be like, yeah, we could probably turn good with this guy. We can get a shift out of him. So I think what he did, the Davinson Sanchez stock on the rise, my friend.
Or could it be that Ange Postecoglou just happens to be the best coach in the world? And
I don't
that's
want to
it.
rule that out. I'm not going to rule that out,
You
Paul.
never know,
I'm
man.
not going to say that isn't a likelihood. But either way, it's good news for us, right?
Brilliant.
What I don't like is that we've already solidified Van de Veen's number and we've already solidified Vallejo's number. And I was just kind of like, dang, man. Like, I really wish Van de Veen could have had like the number 5 or the number 6, or, I'm kind of lame about the numbers. Like, how do you feel about a center back number 37 next to another center back number 17?
I kind of lost interest in numbers back when they stopped putting just the numbers 1 to 11 on the players' backs. So
What did they give the substitutes?
They were 12 and 14. There were 2 subs when I used to watch it, 12 and 14.
Really?
That was it.
That is it.
There was none of this fancy stuff like a fresh new shirt at a half time. Like if you were changing positions with someone, you actually wore their shirt. That was it. They lasted the whole season. So when they changed that to put your name and your number, just to sell fucking merchandise to, people like you, what names have you got on your back?
Son, Basuma,
See?
Kane.
I had no one.
That's kind of sad. I would have liked to have somebody, anybody.
Do you like when people put their own names on their back?
People tattoo that. That was a fad when I was in high school. Dudes were getting their names tattooed on their back, like their last name. So
That is
I would
the
have.
most useless place.
I've always thought I don't have it. I have a lot of tattoos, but not one is on my back because I feel like who's gonna see that? I'm not showing my ass or back to anybody. Yeah, like I would rather have it somewhere I could see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's like if you forget your name, it's no good written there, is it?
I guess if you're in the army or something, you get gunned down. They're like, "Let me see who this soldier was." Oh, it's Mahanahi. It's Mahanahi. That's who was struck down in Afghanistan. I mean, I don't understand the.
And he's got his address on it too. It's 2345 6177 Pacific.
In case of emergency, contact my wife. Hopefully she's not boning some other dude back home. That's neither here nor there. Sorry, I kid around. Salute the troops.
Lest we forget.
Lest we forget. We will never forget.
We'll never forget Jeremy.
Oh, Jeremy.
Stuff.
Oh, Jeremy.
Fucking sawdust.
That poor. What do you think they stuffed that bird with?
Yeah, sawdust and hair and.
That's disgusting. Poor Jeremy. That's a hero's. I mean, on display for everyone to see at a museum. I think in Washington D.C. no less. So there you go.
Smithsonian, isn't it, or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that?
yeah. Like what? Yeah, I think we saw it was at the Smithsonian. Milton Nobrega, howdy, all hope all's well. Oh, did you already say this? No, you said it twice. Big up, Milton. Preseason doesn't
Probably
matter in
rolled
terms.
up newspapers.
Wait, what?
Rolled up newspapers are stuffing as well. I don't know.
I have no idea. I've never once visited a taxidermist because I imagine that the smells aren't fabulous inside the
Not for me,
building.
man. Nah.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not really into that either. Scott M, big up, Scott M, YouTube chat member checking in, big ups. Preseason doesn't matter in terms of results and overall play. Hard to know who is giving 100 versus 50%. So not upset about the result. Ready to start the real games. There you go. Fair enough. This does remind me, Scott, I did do a poll, so please do hit the poll. Got 18 votes, so 67% says they're excited and ready for the Prem to start. The question of the day is, preseason is over. How are we feeling? After today, things will be going my way. That's a little shout out to a Goofy movie if you have never seen it, which you don't like Disney, Paul, for whatever reason. I mean, I understand that back in the day, Walt Disney was friends with a man who I will not mention on air, but if you do your research, you know who.
Man. It blews your brain. So you think, right? You think you could probably fly over here and go up to a kangaroo and say, "Hey, let's be best friends and have a hug," and the kangaroo will kick your head off.
I still want to hug a kangaroo. I don't care. I know they're dangerous and they got claws that can slice open my belly, but you know what?
Just for that moment's experience.
This is all I got, man. This is all I got is this kangaroo right here. That's all I got, man. Anyway, big up, Scott. I think the preseason matter. I used to feel like the preseason didn't matter until Ainge said to our Spurs reporter, "Results always matter, mate." And I liked it. I liked it a lot. Although I don't think those are going to go good for us. Oh, the real games. Don't worry, Scott. Just wait. What if we like do something insane, Paul? I'm talking. No. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. I'll let you do the. I'll let you do the treble talk.
Right, so like the way we played last night against like one of the best teams in Europe at full strength, and we were making them our bitches. We were stopping them from playing. We were outplaying them, and the result didn't go our way. We ran out of legs, and Ange didn't do the subs because he wanted to get minutes into their legs. But if you play like that, in most games, you're going to get a result, aren't you?
I find it interesting. There was a lot of strength in all their positions that looked like a potential starting 11 for them outside of Eric Garcia at the center back. But Alejandro Balde, I thought he had his hands full with Solomon over there. He kept fouling Solomon because, quite frankly, he was a threat. He was a threat. I thought that, some people were saying that Solomon didn't have a good performance. I thought that he was halfay decent today. I know he didn't get the assist.
Quieter, but he was still good. He wasn't like,
there was also a cheeky moment in the box in which I think it was from a corner of ours, and he got the ball at some point, and then he juked out Robert Lewandowski, and then a man was close. I think Arajo was closing him down, so he took a shot on his left foot, which is not his favored foot. You know how he likes to cut it in on his right. So I thought it was a nice little dancing ballerina in the box. It's always fun to see, especially since we had no James Madison. C. Sherman's in the house, says Fardalona. That's what you're right. I need to get back to calling him Fardalona. I used to say, because I had a problem with Fardalona. Some people call him Barcelona, but I wanted Adama Traore. And then he went to Barcelona, and then you could say his career went downhill from there. And I really feel like it could have been the opposite if he came to Spurs, personally. Big up Lisa in the house. Hola, amiga, says Jacob, Axel, Rose, and Paul. Big ups. I'll take it. It doesn't have a lot of money and a lot of fame. I'll take it, right? Chang Chin Seong, big up. That's a new name in the chat. Says, woke up at 2 a.m. on a Wednesday morning to catch the game, having gone to sleep at 9 p.m. Tuesday night, then had a snooze from 4 a.m. onwards after the game until 6 a.m. before going to work. This is the life of a foreign Spurs supporter. You wake up you plan your night like, okay, I got to wake up at this time, so let me go to bed early. Let me, I feel this. I feel like it is more difficult for like you, Paul, isn't it? Normally, when do they play? for
It
you,
depends
like
on the
during the
time
Premier
of
League?
year, but when the season starts, like 3 p.m. over there is midnight here. So the weekend games are kind of doable, but when the clocks change, it's worse because then it's like every game feels like it's at 2 a.m.
The earliest kickoff for me here in Mountain Time Zone in America is 5:30. That's the earliest I've had. I mean, except for whenever we were playing West Ham in Australia.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. Champions is great because that's at like 1 p.m. It's either at 10 a.m. or 1 p.m. the Champions League. But also, if you sing it any better than that, Paul, or just as good as that, I'm gonna get hit with a copyright strike. They're gonna be like, "You're
Oh,
playing the
I'm sorry,
Champions League
mate.
music."
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, just be careful, buddy. Be careful. Big up, Chang. Appreciate you being here. It's a new name in the chat. I think we just followed each other on Twitter. I think that's where the name's from. It kind of looks familiar, but not from YouTube. Captain Grandma, another YouTube chat member,
Hey.
checking in. Good day, Paul, Jacob. Why did I reverse those? One and all, can't sleep, too excited. What are you so excited? You so excited for the Premier League? I'm very excited for the Premier League to start. It's all over the preseason. We can put a bow on it and feel good about what we saw. Honestly, the transformation that Ainge Postecoglou has instilled so quickly in this squad is mind-boggling to me. I would
Crazy.
say,
But there was moments
go
like,
ahead.
even though our defense is our defense, blah blah blah. But there were moments when they were playing it in little triangles, and like last year, that's when I'd be absolutely clenching because they'd always make a mistake. But when they were doing that, they weren't making a mistake. They weren't losing it, and eventually they'd get it off the Basuma or someone. And even that sort of defensive play was so much better than it was last year. Even though they're crap at stopping the other team from scoring, but
Yeah.
the other part of the game wasn't too bad. Eric Dyer was useless in all of that. I mean, he would just hoof the ball 50 yards into nothing.
We'll get into Eric Dyer in a minute. I have a lot I want to say, but honestly, we shared our favorite moments in the chat. Please hit me down below. If you're watching on playback, big up yourself right now. If you're watching live, big up yourself right now. We've got a modest audience tonight because it wasn't a little bit late. I had no internet. My internet went out the most of the day, so as soon as it came back, I was like, you know what, Paul, let's schedule a show and let's get to
Yeah.
talking about what we saw. And preseason's over, so we could put a bow on it.
Well, like the transformation you're on about there. If you consider, you remember how we played against AC Milan last year. It was one of the worst games I've seen. And then
Yeah, it was definitely one of those spoons to the eyeballs type of game.
yeah. And after just a few weeks, he hasn't been at the club longer than a few weeks with the boys. They're doing that against Barcelona. I think it's amazing. Amazing.
You pointed out that earlier that this was a very strong side, and this was arguably our B team. This was,
Yeah.
when looking at it, it was like
just
these are the
think,
people who
"Oh,
got
no."
something to either prove to Ainge or B prove to someone who's watching that maybe they should get loaned or get sold. And when you look at the likes, real quick, I do want to touch on this. Jed Spence had a cameo appearance. I was on the watch along. Here's the thing, Paul. I know, but this is a guy that I said, okay, I want to see him get a chance, a legitimate chance, right? Just give him any minutes. I said the same thing about Joe Roden, but turns out I got some news on Joe Roden later. Spoiler alert. Sorry, Paul. You did it. You did it backstage. Don't act like you're ashamed of the nipple ambulance, Sally.
I am ashamed. I thought this is highbrow.
Oh yeah, excuse me. This is a very serious football debate channel.
That's
I
right.
forgot
Yeah,
about
because
that.
I fucking hate being a Tottenham fan. I'm just going to talk for 3 hours about how shit it all is.
Well, I'm here to put the ambulance noise in. I can only have a good time, man. And I know you're the same. That's why I think these vibes are immaculate when we get together. But do hit that like if you're live or on playback. I appreciate you very dearly. But again, appreciate anyone who's tuning in live right now. Let me get through a little bit more of the chat before we keep moving it along, because honestly, you're here on an impromptu stream, and that means a lot to me. So I hope y'all are doing good tonight. Or in the what time is it for you, Paul? Is it the afternoon?
It is 1:25 p.m. I'll just
There
see
you
if there's
go.
any kangaroos.
Yeah, go check. Big ups. I hope everyone in the Australian time zone area is having a great afternoon. Wherever you may be, let me know. Hope you're having a good evening, morning, afternoon, whatever it may be. Lisa says, same here about the Van de Veen number. Yeah, I think he'll change it. It's going to be this for like a year. But you know what? He does get, if you look at it this way, Adama Traore's number said if he would have came here, and he also gets Harry Kane's old number, 37. So, one season only. I like Basuma last season. He tagged on Instagram. He did a hashtag YB because he used to do YB8 for Yves Basuma 8, and then he did hashtag YB38, but just for 1 year. He literally put that in the thing, and it's true. He was right. Big up Wayne Bonner, another YouTube chat member checking in. Big up Wayne. Hope you're doing all right. Says sup everyone. Hope everyone's well and pumped and ready for the season opener on Sunday. Come on, you Spurs, Tottenham till I die. I love it, Wayne. I thought you tuning in from the UK. It might be a crazy hour for you, but big up. I'm glad you're here, man. Hope you had a great day and a good night. Lisa says, what number did Veliz have? I didn't see. It was 36. He got 36. Alejo Veliz. And I'm okay with that. You're a young kid. Give him the Harry Kane treatment. You don't come in and get the big boy number straight away. You got to come in and put in a shift for a little bit, you know. Honestly, I was a little upset Christian Romero changed his number. I know he likes the number 17. I was actually about to buy a Christian Romero number 4 shirt, but then he changed his number. And I'm a stickler for these things, Paul. I know you don't care because you come from a time in which just put on a trash bag as a t-shirt and put on slippers as your boots and get on out there and kick the damn ball.
Kick a pig's bladder full of garbage around a mud pit. Barefoot.
Big up C. Sherman. Big up John Fitzpatrick says, big up, big up, big up. All big up Johnny Fitzy. Big up Jacob and Paul. Big up Mountain Bushman. Hope you're doing well.
Oh, hello.
Mountain Bushman in the house checking in. C. Sherman says, sloths are much nicer than kangaroos. I will hug them both. I don't play with me. Craig the Gecko Man says, you want to pat them until you hear them growl. Okay. I like this. Is that Godzilla? That's a cool profile picture. I think that's Godzilla. Big up, Big Steve, sub to the Mancunian way. Big Steve says, mate, I'm so nervous for this season. I'm on the beers and playing 2K23 golf for the first time. You know, I'm not a big 2K23 golf guy, but I heard that this latest game was actually a lot of fun from some of my friends. So I hope you're enjoying that, my friend. Says 14 likes, bruvs. It is 1 to 5 a.m. in Australia. Torture. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Chang says, watching this live at 11 a.m. Wednesday morning from Malaysia. Oh, big up. All the way to Malaysia. Big up, man. Hope you're keeping well. It says, trying to promote this channel and stream to all Asian Spurs fans, followers. And then there's a little pink hand waving. Big up. Appreciate you sharing it out. Full disclosure, since you are new, I do want you to know I do have a huge bias towards Sonny. I will always defend Sonny. He is my favorite player right now. For Tottenham. He is part of the reason why I chose Tottenham as my club. So I have a huge bias towards Sonny. I have a big heart, and I'm a hopeless romantic for Spurs. So there you go. There's a little bit about me, Chang. Just, hello, welcome to the channel. And I will be biased about Son, but I will also be critical when I think I need to be. And
firm but fair.
Firm but fair, like a loving father. I'm gonna set it right, but I'll give you a good hug. Like, I feel like the hug that Ainge would give me, man, it would be so good.
He's not a hugger, man.
You say that, but have you tried to give him one?
Listen,
I'm just saying.
You just want to hug everything that's potentially hostile.
Because I feel like
a snake. Oh, a little snake. Oh.
No. I would say hello, snake. Goodbye, snake. Please don't bite me. That's what I would say. You guys outscored Arsenal, in 2 preseason games. Yeah, I think we had 12 goals in 3 minutes.
Yeah, over 100 shots.
That's insane.
When did you last do that? It's crazy.
That's an insane. I need to look up that stat before I throw it around. But that is actually insane. Barca clearly, excuse me, Barfa clearly didn't care out there playing to not get hurt. I don't think that was
No,
true. I don't think that they were
no.
sliding in. You saw Oliver skip. He got rolled upon. They were
Yeah,
taking out Solomon. They were taking our dudes out. They showed how many times each player had been fouled, right? They'd cut to him and be like, Richarlison's been fouled 4 times. Yves Bissouma was fouled like 6 times. I
yeah.
mean, they were hurting our players. I don't
We
think
just stopped them playing.
yeah, I don't agree with this, Scott, but big up, Scott. I don't think they didn't care.
Oh, good day,
Yosarian.
Simon.
Good day to you too, Paul. Hoping to not be subjected to those soft dives in the EPL like Barca employed whenever some. Okay, this is a good point. There was one moment, there was a guy, and I don't know who it was, but I think Perisic went like this, and he hit someone in the throat, and he went down,
Yeah,
and they go to a shot, and he's like,
like his Adam's apple's been crushed,
no,
and he
he looked
needs to
like he
get a
needed someone to.
tracheotomy.
He looked like he needed a Heimlich maneuver. You ever seen oh yeah, we talked about this, Mrs. Doubtfire. It reminded me of that when the dude was choking, he's like I was like, bro, they showed the replay. Okay.
It's like,
And this is the guy. Oh shit, Conte fell. This is the guy and he like just grazed his neck. He grazed his neck and he's like I was like, this is why I have a hard time watching that league, honestly, because Atletico Bilbao versus Mallorca, and they're all falling over like that. It's really hard to pay attention the whole time. There's Conte. Sorry, he fell out. I'm going to put him back in the pouch. He's back in the pouch. 4:30 a.m. in the UK. Big up Wayne. 4:30 a.m. checking in. What a YouTube member he is. Positive from this match, sexy football, and Dyer gets exposed for the fraud that he is. Very good. This is a very good point. That is a huge positive. Hopefully, Big Ainge knows what he's all about from now on. Yeah, he's gonna.
Uh-oh. Have I frozen? Hello, everyone. Just in case Jacob's frozen. I don't know if I'm still on, but I'll just go through some comments. Yeah, positive, full ball. Positives from this match, sexy football, and Dyer gets exposed for the fraud that he is. Hopefully, Big Ange knows what he's all about now, from now on. I think that's a good point. I think maybe that is the reason why Big Ange dumped in Dyer as captain as well. Just to, okay, Eric, you reckon you're all that? Show us what you got, man. And I think he fell a bit short. He fell way short, didn't he? Okay. Oh, yeah, it's just me. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the United Spurs of America, the United States, number one. Read it and weep. Number one Tottenham Hotspur fan channel in America. All right, Bobby the Greek. I won't be able to bring these up on the screen, folks, but I'll go through them anyway. Bobby the Greek says, big up, Jacob. Axel Rose, my fellow Spurs fans. Big up, Bobby. Spurs, if we're better in the final third, we would have won by a good few goals. Yeah, I mean, we were up and at them, weren't we? That was what was so nice to see about this performance. We were, and our first line of defence was our attack. The number of times we would put them under pressure and maybe lose the ball, but get it straight away back again before they had time to, flick over into attacking play. So I was really excited by that. YouTube's, geez, Christ, almost midnight and you're streaming. Keep the content flowing, brother. If this doesn't deserve free beer, I don't know what does. Smash the likes, people. That's it. Get in on Jacob's channel. Smash that like and subscribe. I can't see what the poll is at the moment. This is, plan B. Jacob's off stringing bits of wire together, winding up the generator to get his internet going. I'm sure he'll be back before long. Milton No Bragger says, I just hope we get rid of some of our deadwood out in the next few weeks. Well, I think Jacob has got a bit of news on one of those players, but I won't steal his thunder on that one. So stay tuned for more rumours and innuendo. But I think it's actually something happening. So that's exciting in that direction anyway. Jake's frozen. I'm on. Yep. Jacob's internet doing a dire. Yeah, you know, just pointing. Yeah, send the information that way, but not doing anything. It's just a big gap. Sub the Mancunian way. And Big Steve MCFC. That's a hell of a name, man. Laugh my ass. In my opinion, is that what that is? I'm an old man. All these acronyms. In my opinion, I think Spurs, Jag fourth. Nah, man. Nah, we're doing better than fourth. We're winning, man. We're going to take your crown off you, sunshine. I've got City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Spurs. I don't know, man. I think we're going to be I think we're going to be nearer number one than than number four. That's how I think we're going to go this year. Full ball, Reguilon, absolutely cooked by a 16-year-old. Yeah, man, he was too. Doggy style all the way. Doggy style all the way. Yeah. That's when I was watching Reguilon, you know, do a couple of things like that. I'm thinking I'm not getting too stressed about this because, you know, because we do have Udogie and it's clear he's going to be having that spot. Turn my heater up a bit. There we go. So at least we got decent cover on that position, eh? Yassarian, that goal where Dyer let the attacker stroll past him. I know, man. And it's embarrassing. Like, even when you watch the replay from a certain angle, as he's about to take the shot, you just see Dyer just strolling past in the foreground, doing nothing. Really horrible. But I think he's been showing up this year. Which is cool. Is it Spurs says he's still using Internet 2.0? Is there a version? If I missed the upgrade over there, are we on Internet 2 now? Are we? Maybe that's what the problem is. Maybe Internet 1, like before all you kids were on it, when you used to have a dial-up modem, everything was nice and simple and it all worked really, really easy, except when you had a phone call, then your internet would drop out. It all went wrong with Skip being taken off, says Spurs. Well, it's funny, maybe it's because I was just watching it on a small screen last night, but Skip's performance, he got 2 really good goals, but I didn't really notice him much in midfield. Or Lo Celso either. So I might be wrong on that, but Basuma was all over the place, all over the place. And then we replaced Skip with Pedro Porro, didn't we? No, with who was it? I've forgotten now. Oh, Jed Spence. We brought Jed Spence on, didn't we? And Alfie Devine. That was it. Jed Spence. You know, he had a couple of minutes to do something, and I think, you know, you can't judge a player maybe, or it's harsh, but his 2 minutes cameo was a bit underwhelming, really, wasn't it? Sort of had the chance to do something, fell over. Don't know, man. Don't know about old Jed Spence. Edward Y of Oz. I'll just give Jacob a little text there just to see if he's got any. See what he says. Edward Y of Oz, Skippy a derogatory term for Anglo-Australians. Yeah, certainly is. It's quite funny though. Full ball, Hotspur hippie takeover. Yeah, man. You know, bro, I don't know what to do. He's saying he's in text. I mean, text communication. So he's kind of here in word form. If you're expecting to see Jacob, he's just having a bit of internet trouble. He's just said, "Bro, I don't know what to do." So, oh well, I'll keep tap dancing for a little bit longer. You never know. Can't join on my phone because no one can put me on the show. Can't log in on my phone. He's having a spot of bother, man. Oh dear. All right. Nevertheless, the show must go on, eh? There's lots of comments here to keep me waffling on for a bit. So, you know, if you've got a question, fire it on through, and I'll do my best to give you an ill-informed answer. But as you might be able to tell, I was really overall happy with how we played last night. I'm not paying too much attention to that result. I think Ange kept the team. You know, Barcelona changed their front line. Had 6 fresh legs running at us, and Ange kept our team fairly static to give them a full 90 minutes. So, yeah, I've got no real problem with it. I thought we did really, really well. Captain Grandma, Dyer resembled a traffic cop directing the opposition to the spaces. I know, man. Every time, isn't it? And I just find it. How's it possible that one of your centre backs, who's usually not that great, let's face it, although he is pretty decent last night, how's it possible for him to make so many sliding tackles and blocks? And his timing was actually pretty good last night. He was pretty effective, but he made, I don't know how many tackles, whereas Eric Dyer, his partner in crime, made none. How is that? I don't see how that is possible. What was Davison Sanchez? He was on tackling duty. Dyer got the night off or something, or because, you know, stand back, everyone. I'm the captain. I don't get the backs of my legs dirty on no grass. I'm Eric Dyer. Oh, you're right. Oh, I don't know. Hello.
I'm on a hotspot, so it probably looks really bad and sounds bad, but I can't even see you. I don't know if you can see me or hear me, but
I can hear you. I can hear you fine, man, and see you better than you not being here.
all right. Well, I do apologize, y'all. This show has been officially hijacked by Eric Dyer. I'm really sorry. I'm gonna end the show. If my internet comes back, I'll restart the stream. But I do apologize, everybody. My internet went out. I guess service just dropped again.
Far out, man. Oh, well,
Yeah.
technology.
But I do apologize, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow for sure. Hopefully that internet will be back tomorrow. But yeah, if it comes back in the next 30 minutes, I'll restart the stream. But if not, then I do apologize, everybody. Apologize majorly. Paul, thank you so much. We are out.